Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us again at VHT Studio TV. And I'm very excited and welcoming today Lucy Edwards and Peter Berlin from VHT Studios. VHT Studios is a photography and videography company who is fabulous, and we have worked together with in the past. And since this is such an important topic for real estate, I thought we're gonna have them here today on our show. And welcome, Lucy and Peter.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for having us here.
I would love for you to introduce yourselves and let us know what led you where you are here today at VHT.
Well, Peter and I, we started our own company in 2002. And actually by accident, we kind of fell into real estate. We traveled in upstate New York and found an amazing Tanana Lake where it was a beautiful Victorian. And we decided, why don't we open bed and breakfast on this beautiful lake and have our own little world here? It led us to a new adventure in real estate, because we had to create for the business plan, we had to create the floor plan of the Victorian, and we had to show the way it is now and the way it could be converted. Peter took amazing photos of the area, again, for the business plan, explaining that the bed and breakfast is going to be the best thing ever. And, you know, thankfully, it didn't take place. But we were able to promote the material that we put together for bed and breakfast for real estate agents. Overnight, it just started rolling, and our business was growing. And we learned a lot of things on our own because we had to be everything to the business.
That's right, absolutely. And that was our idea, that we bring to the market everything's possible.
Right. So Lucy, what is the importance of photography in the marketing strategy of real estate, and how does staging play a role with what you guys are doing?
Well, photography is the base of the marketing strategy. So that is something that the agent cannot live without. It's foundation, like the house has the foundation, your marketing strategy has the foundation. And if the house is properly staged, and we encourage every agent, doesn't matter if it's a small studio apartment or if it's a 10,000 square foot mansion, you have to stage it. And professional staging obviously will make it easier and better for the professional photographer to walk in and focus on beautiful angles, on just the right way to capture something, instead of spending, you know, half of their time and being in a rush by fixing the place up. When they walk in and they can imagine how they can introduce your listing for everybody to be the top listing on the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you completely. And it is important to not just have any photography, but it is really important to have those professional shots that really look at every single detail that goes into a photo shoot, with over 94% of buyers looking online first before they even decide whether they want to visit a property or not. The photography is the one part that really draws the buyers in. And as you said, that's the foundation of getting the marketing out and having the attraction factor.
I always say it's your first date with the buyer. So yes. You have to be prepared for the first date. Get yourself all done and ready. And that's how the property should be for the photography session. You have to make sure that the property is prepared. You have professional photos with amazing angles. It is important to capture that attention, because if your photos are not up to par, and the buyer just gets through it, they will never come back, and you lost your opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. So Peter, how is the videography process different from the photography process?
It is different. Generally speaking, of course, the idea is all the same, to show the house from the best possible side. It's different because the photography, when you take pictures, you have to incorporate everything possible, the best sides of everything you want to show in the picture and that particular still shots. Video is live, it's kind of moving. And in the movement, there is a very good term about the video for real estate. It's called, the term is revealing. So you go into the room, at the beginning you can show the doorway, and then you walk into the room and show something. And that is great, because it's absolutely different approach. Even from the staging point of view, I always was saying that, I still saying, that photography, real estate photography is not an art of showing, it's an art of hiding. Of course, showing is very important, but you can hide some stuff somewhere, like behind the couch, over here, over there. In video, you cannot do that. Or you can, but you have to think about it all the time, because suddenly you walk and have a very nice, fantastic view, and hello, what is that? There's something behind the couch, and we accidentally shoot it.
Yeah.
That's a very different thing. And even, let's say, in video, again, because of this revealing aspect of video, you can start the clip from something, I wouldn't shoot it, never in photography, like behind the couch, and show the back of the couch. And then I bring the camera up, and voila, we have a fantastic fireplace over there. It gives us some more responsibility for the video, definitely, in addition to, and the more creativity, I would say.
Yeah. And I think it's like one thing that both photography as well as videography have in common, in my opinion, is they both need to tell a story. But the storytelling part starts with how well it's being set up. Everything is only as good as it goes into the camera. Right. So you have to have the preparation steps. And I think that's where everything goes hand in hand that goes into marketing for real estate. And that is the preparation of the home properly and staging it. And then the photography and videography, then the layers of the different aspects of the marketing.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely true. And I would like to add to that, the difference between a professional stager, like your company, and someone who does it as a hobby, or they just have the gut feeling that they really have the talent. But I think the difference between the two is that you know the final product that will come out of that room. What is great about you, Birgit, you take it a step further and you understand how that room will look in the photo, and if it's too much color, if you have too many pillows, because it is slightly different what your eye can take and what the camera will take.
The visual
Absolutely.
clutter, and then knowing exactly what size of accessories, rather than 3 million little accessories, like let's do one big accessory, and that all translates into the photos, into the videos. It's important to have that really expertise and experienced photographer and videography to really capture it all at its absolute best. Just the staging alone, if the photography doesn't support that staging, doesn't help. And it's the same thing. The photography without the staging can be as good as it can be the best photography, but if the staging is not there, the photo still will not look great. So absolutely. That's why staging and photography and videography, they just go hand in hand. And it's so important to understand that concept to really have the absolute best marketing out there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I like to go to the house when it's staged professional, because I know that when I walk in the house like that, I say, okay, great. Now I can do everything is possible to provide you with my professional results.
And actually the property that is going to be featured in the interview today is the one that Peter did the photos and the video, but you were working with the seller on putting together the house in Millbrook, New York, putting it together to qualify for the best photography ever. And let me tell you, the compliments that we have on Peter's photography because of your staging and your direction is absolutely amazing. So we are very happy to share it with everybody. And yes,
Thank you.
it's a team. It's teamwork. So you
Correct.
have a team of professional staging company, photography, an agent who has a vision and who has the marketing strategy, and the seller who allows the agent to take charge and put together everything that the agent can see in front of them.
No, completely agree with you, Lucy. So is there anything else that you would like to share, Lucy or Peter, or both?
I would like to mention about the story. You said story. Every property has the story, and the story is so well said by the agent. The agent is a liaison between the buyer and the seller. So the agent takes the seller's story and with professional marketing strategy and with working with you, Birgit, on staging the house just right, that story can be related to the buyer. Look at this dining room. I love to have my Thanksgiving dinners there. Look at the library. When my friends come over, we just sit down and we have a cigar and a drink and we just talk about things we love to talk about. And this patio is amazing because we have little patches there, and sometimes I, as an owner of the property, I love serving a brunch here on my patio in the summertime. So story is important, and the way to put the story is between our photos and your staging.
Yeah, and I would like to add something to the story idea. When you have a story, we always have to keep in mind that we live in a very hectic and active world. So the story has to be shown properly. No one is going to spend an hour to watching a video that was shot about the house, regardless how nice it is. They want to consume only the best features. So that's why in video, we always try to show the best.
So, and I would like to add something too. We have been working and collaborating on a few projects, on several projects. And I just wanted to say it has been always a pleasure working with you. And you guys are so professional, and I always love the photos and the videos that you guys took. I just want to put this out there because it is just fabulous working with you guys. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So at the very end, I would love you to ask you for the contact information so our viewers can contact you.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine is easy. My email is Lucy, L-U-C-Y-E for Edwards, Lucy E at VHT.com. So if you email me, I would be more than happy to get back to you right away.
And my information is very similar, peterb as Berlin at VHT.com. The same thing.
Oh, Birgit, thank you so much. It's a pleasure working with you, and thank you for inviting us.
Well, thank you guys for for being on this show. And Peter, it was so great seeing you again as well. And thanks so much for your expertise.
Of course, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.